I Hate Everything is a perfect mix of everything, mixing the perfect use of clickbait with perfect editing and a perfect narration, points, and script. It's safe to say that the quality of his videos is getting to its peak. I would attempt to parody him like so many others before me, but it'd be next to impossible for me myself to perfectly replicate his style. While there has been some confusion about what kind of YouTuber he is specifically, the topic itself doesn't take away from his content. In the name, I Hate Everything, it's already clear not only what kind of videos he makes, but on which subjects as well. He'll be expressing his opinion and about whatever topic it may be. So today, we'll be taking a look at Alex, or I Hate Everything. Okay, stop right there. So you see this warning? Well, this is the very first thing you see when watching one of his videos. But I need to point out how much this warning alone can tell about his videos. First, his display of the fact that it's just his opinion. Doing this gives off the notion that you should be open to what he has to say, and most of the time with his videos, he'll talk about at least one thing that you yourself like. So when he says that it's just his opinion, he's making it clear that he's not trying to change your opinion, he's just trying to make you understand why he has said opinion. Second, the bottom part basically telling you not to get mad. Whenever writing this part, he always makes it some sort of joke. This opens you up to the idea that maybe his videos aren't so serious, as he's willing to just joke around. Third, the fact that he added the warning in the first place. Some may misinterpret this as a sign that the video is going to be really violent or something like that, as normally you'll only see warnings for that sort of reason. But instead, I see it like this. The fact that he bothered to edit in the warning with a new joke every time shows that you're not going to get a video of a kid screaming and yelling about why he doesn't like the specific topic at hand. It shows that there's time and effort put into his videos and that he cares about the viewing audience. And you can get all that from the first 4 seconds of one of his videos. Okay, let's go back a little bit. So let's talk about what you see before even watching one of his videos. His use of clickbait is probably one of the sole reasons he has such a large standing. Despite the fact that people tend to avoid those with differing opinions, it appears that proclaiming one's hate for something is enough to get clicks. In the videos themselves, Alex, as I'll be referring to him, is very fair and has good points. But that never seems to matter to a certain amount of younger individuals. No matter what, Alex has always been given hate on his videos, mostly coming from people reading the title and disagreeing with him. It's like people don't even use the dislike button to judge whether they liked the video or not anymore. It seems like it's only ever used to send hate towards people. Because if it weren't for the clickbait, there's really not that much to hate on. In fact, his videos are actually very well put together. Alex uses a plethora of different editing techniques to convey whatever it is he's talking about, whether it be transitions, backgrounds, effects, or anything else. There are simply too many things to talk about. But there is one thing that I can mention, which is his character. This face is basically the logo of his channel. He said it was just some random doodle he made while he was bored one day, and he ended up using it throughout the whole lifespan of his channel as we know it. Not only does it show up in a lot of his thumbnails, but I feel as though it gives across the kind of attitude he has during the videos themselves. While it is what he primarily uses to display himself in video now, he's used a few other drawings and versions of his character in the past, even making entirely new ones just for the video at hand. If you haven't guessed it by now, he doesn't show his face in videos. As of Christmas 2016, he has made his face public though. Before then, we had no idea what he looked like. At that time, he made it public by posting it on Twitter. But he didn't just post it, he actually pulled a prank with Colossal is Crazy, which is someone else I have discussed. They both did a face reveal on the same day, but instead of posting their own faces, they swapped the two. Alex's face reveal was on Colossal is Crazy's Twitter, and Colossal is Crazy's face reveal was on Alex's Twitter. While this did cause some confusion, everyone is aware of who is who now. This wasn't the first time his face has been shown on the internet though. He's gone through a few different channels and his face has appeared a few times on video. How he looks has changed a bit though, so it doesn't quite count as a full face reveal. Now, of course, the lack of his face has caused him to use the character which I mentioned, but because of this, he has had a great extent of fan art made of him. And not just fan art, but fan channels. It's not uncommon to see one of the many parodies made of him. There became so many channels and videos like this that Alex himself ended up making a video about it. So he does have dedicated fans, that's for sure. But regarding his content, he doesn't just make videos about the things he hates. Over time, as I've stated, Alex has garnered a lot of hate. In the light of this, it's not uncommon to see a great extent of hilariously overblown comments. And Alex made a series about it. Comment Comeback is only one of the few series he has running alongside his I Hate videos. The idea for the series itself actually came from one of his old channels. The format of the series is pretty simple. He picks out some of the most entertaining and crazy comments to read on video, then proceeds to come back with retaliation to said comments. The rest of the series are The Search for the Worst, Trying to Watch, The Quest for the Best, and any other random video he decides to make. The Search for the Worst is where he reviews bad movies. Trying to Watch consists of his first-time reactions to the movies he reviewed. Quest for the Best is a series where he addresses new movies and ones that he likes, allowing him to give his opinion on them. Which, in this series, he always talks about more than one movie. And finally, he has plenty of other videos that don't fit into any of the About 5 series I mentioned. You could almost call his disputes with YouTube and copyright a series, but really, it's not common enough to consider it that. Which, yeah, sadly he's ran into lots of copyright and YouTube issues. His channel has been deleted more than once, and there have been multiple copyright strikes filed against him. Most of this comes from a lot of the people who made the bad movies he's reviewed. They'll see his negative review of the movie and attempt to take down his video by giving it a copyright strike. Alex has never once lost one of the arguments. His channel has been brought back every time, and his videos have always been restored. He attributes this to the fact of how large of a fan base he has. He stated that if he didn't have so many fans, there wouldn't be as big of an outcry to get his channel back. And honestly, that's probably the case. Regarding his content, there has been a bit of a discussion about what kind of YouTuber he is. Alex has stated that he doesn't consider himself part of the commentary community, but others tend to disagree. For me personally, I'd say he's just a reviewer. It just so happens that he reviews more than videos, games, and people. For all the hate his channel represents, he's actually pretty calm. Now, I pose a question. Does Alex actually hate everything? And if he does that mean he hates himself? Okay, so for those who watch his channel, those questions should be very, very well known. To get them both out of the way with one answer, no, he does not actually hate everything. In fact, he's even made an I love video, a reverse video about fidget spinners, and a few other things. So he doesn't truly hate everything. With Alex, he tends to just not like a lot of the trends and popular things going on at the moment. But that's only made obvious by the fact that he makes videos on most of them. For this reason, I'd say that he's a lot more mature than a lot of the people his age. And I think his content helps people to mature more and think more like an adult. Alex is a great example of someone that makes content that fits their personality best. Him being someone fed up with a lot of the trends and YouTube stuff, he takes it out in the right place by making a video on it. But it's not as if he looks at these topics in a fit of rage, where actually, like I said, he's pretty calm about things. In fact, I'm willing to bet that he realistically doesn't care about most of the things he talks about. He just takes a look at them, doesn't like them, makes a video on them, and moves on. Alex knows what he's doing, and while I can't apply that claim to his entire life, as we don't know much about it, it certainly applies to his personality online. In general, he's pretty nonchalant about things. I'd explain his sense of humor, but to be honest, I don't quite get it. He likes funny things. And also I suck at explaining people's sense of humor.
Hello there, Mr. Corgi. I'd just like your opinion on this. Oh, I don't think he likes it very much.
I'll just move on. Alex is pretty fond of movies and video games, and honestly that represents a lot of nerd culture. I can't say he's specifically a comic book fan or anything like that, but he does quite enjoy these visual mediums. Even though he does quite enjoy these things, and is technically part of nerd culture, he seems to break away from it in a sense. Also, the fact that he's an introvert explains part of this, but that fact should be pretty obvious by now. So, I have another question. For a channel so based around hate, how does he himself deal with or react to hate? This, of course, is a common question I ask in these documentaries. And really, it's not that much asking about hate, but how does Alex deal with the feedback? Well, aside from the obvious comment comeback series, I can say this. I believe he stated at one point that he just stopped reading the comments. While the hate was in the minority, it was a very vocal minority, and this hate prompted him to be in a bad mood every time he went there. He basically follows the normal advice, which is to ignore it. When I say he ignores it, I'm only talking about his personal take on it, so not including comment comeback. I'm not sure if that's the case anymore, but there is one thing that I can note. He has made a more serious video discussing his anxieties, and I'm not saying it's because of the comments and hate, but that could be what's keeping him from having a different outlook on it. I think Alex has had a more unique impact online. Obviously, anyone popular will have people following after them doing the same thing they are. I could be wrong about this, but from what I know, Alex has greatly added to the amount of people using a character to display themselves. Sure, there are plenty of other people that have done so before him, but I feel as though it applies to the commentary and review community specifically. By my memory at least, I didn't start seeing character stills show up as much until the rise of I Hate Everything. Now, okay, that's one little detail, but I think he's a huge inspiration to those who would like to make more highly edited content. I myself have been greatly inspired by him, and a few others, to make the kind of content I do. He doesn't even upload that often, but when he does, it typically does really well, and it gives hope to people like me. Sure, he could probably start putting less effort into his videos and get them out faster, make more views, and overall make more money, but the fact that he chooses not to is genuinely appreciated. It shows that he cares about making really good content, and it makes it so clear that he cares about the viewer's enjoyment. And for that, he's truly respectable.